All right, welcome back everybody. So today we're in the garden. It is a beautiful day. The garden's looking fantastic, but today our focus is going to be putting up a grapevine trellis. I do have one potted grapevine. We've got to go back to the nursery to get a few more, but I want to go ahead and get the trellis up, at least get this one planted. We'll put a few more pots in the ground there. So let's get started. All right, so what I did was bought these heavy-duty cattle panels. They're real reasonable price from Tractor Supply, I think 14 bucks or something. I want to go ahead and put something up that I know is going to outlive me, and these shouldn't rust out or give me a problem like light-duty fence wire. All right, so I've laid them out exactly how I want them. Basically, I'm going to use them as a straight edge. The reason I did that is because everywhere that two of them meet together, I want to make sure I drive a T-post there, really clamp those in good. So there's 4 of them that are 8 foot long. It's gonna be a 32-foot grapevine, which is plenty big enough for us. You know, we're not making wine or doing nothing here. It's just for our consumption and something to enjoy. So let me go ahead and get these T-posts driven in. We'll get this up and get it strapped to the post. Still got a lot of this leftover fence brace wire. So I think this is what I'm going to use to tie this trellis to these T-posts. So I've got to be perfectly honest, I never intended to have a grapevine out here. At least I didn't think so. It's gonna probably put a few more, you know, fruit type bushes. But Tiffany come home one day with a load of fruit trees and this grapevine and said, I want a grapevine out there. So I said, yes ma'am. So we are actually going to plant muscadine out here. And the reason I'm laughing is because our property is loaded with muscadine grapevines. Now I admit a lot of them are not convenient to get to. They're growing all over trees, all out in thorn bushes, etc. So it's kind of crazy that we're out here planting grapes like this and we have them everywhere. So I guess it's the convenience thing, and it does look good in the garden. So what I'm gonna do is plant this one. We'll go get some more, unless, I'm asking your opinion right now. I mean, here it is well into May, and I do have grapevines out there that are already growing, producing grape pods. Do you think I can take some cuttings off of those and put them in like Routon or something like that and grow and still plant this year? I don't know. I've always heard you do that early spring when things are dormant, But if you think I can get away with that now, I may hold off and go and buy several more of these expensive grapevines here. Otherwise, I'm gonna go get, it looks like, I don't know, 3 or 4 more and stick in here. And we'll just kind of let them grow out over the years and eventually fill all this out. I'm not gonna go crazy with buying a bunch of them. All right, well, this little project's complete. Other than grabbing a few more grapevines and sticking in here, I don't think I'm gonna do many. I'm not looking to just fill this out very quickly. Plus, these are not the cheapest vines in the world, so I'll get this watered in. But here it is, the cow panel trellis. Should last a long time, as thick as that metal is. All right, we're gonna move on to one other little project today. If you've been following the channel a while, I do propane weeding, so I do not use herbicides or pesticides out here in the garden. So all this was cleared out. This was just straight up green grass, just like the yard. I come out here with a propane weeder and swept over this 2 times, and this is the results I got. So very pleased with that. However, you can see there are a few little patches that made it, and just a few little weeds coming up, nothing much at all. So I'm gonna come in here and spend just a couple minutes with the weeder, knocking these couple little patches and weeds out. All right, the main thing I'm wanting to accomplish here is kind of just, propane weed the edge of the fence. Some of that grass is getting just a little too close to the fence for the mower to pick up, and to save me from having to come out here and weed eat, I'm just gonna run down about 6 or so inches out, kill that grass off until I make my mind up how far out I'm gonna come and lay chip mulch, because my plan is to start chipping up here before long with a tractor chipper, come in here and layer all this with a couple inches of chip mulch and continue to do that year after year. It should look nice and good and help keep the weeds and grass down. I'm also going to carry that mulch out just a little ways from the fence, so I have a nice edge that I can run the mower right over and kind of weeds it and keeps it looking good. All right, well, here it is. It's nothing special. It's just called, propane weed burner. And I've actually got this in a link down there, our Amazon link to our little website for the channel, so appreciate that, those of y'all that's already purchased some of these. So, I mean, it's very simple. Just got a little handle to it, a little gas on and off valve, and it is extremely powerful. Great for starting fires. Heck, you can light charcoal with it, but its main intended purpose is for weeding. So I recommend carrying a 20-pound cylinder around, not a 30, because that's a bit heavy. However, I've used this same cylinder twice, killing all this grass off, and it still has a decent amount of propane in it. So this, although this is powerful, it's not using nearly as much as I thought. So this is getting kind of light to tote around now. So let me show you how this works. All right, well, as you can see behind me, I went ahead and burn off all the old dead grass. I know it looks bad now, but in a couple days, it'll look just fine. And burning off that dead grass gave me the opportunity to see what little bit of green was hiding underneath. So I swept back through the garden real quick, hitting everything that was green. Got all the way around the perimeter here, and literally, I mean, you seen how fast I was sweeping. As soon as that grass even remotely starts to wilt, which takes 1 second, move on. And I have found that is plenty long enough to stay on the grass to kill it. So I might have to make one more quick pass around the fence. I've noticed, like I said, 2 passes seems to get me right where I need to be. And then you always have a little bit of grass here, a little bit of weeds here pop up. But once I get a heavy layer of mulch down in here, that'll help really suppress those weeds. And then I can go back and just spot treat them later or pull them up, use a hose, something like that. So thank y'all so much for watching today's video. I'm assuming it's probably short. Didn't have a whole bunch of projects here. And I'm gonna have a garden video coming up very soon, because I know some people are looking for updates there. And as you can see behind me, it's growing great. Thanks for watching.